we saw a tremendous demolition of years of capital investment in this community with the subprime meltdown.
It occurred to us that our business model, helping people become homeowners, helping people preserve their status as homeowners, maybe was a little precarious.
The work of the nonprofit sector is really nothing less than the backbone of a democracy. I mean, this is the work that is having the impact in communities.
We talked about how can we prevent foreclosure then, and that's
what we have seen in the last 3 years is a number of nonprofits who are working in low and moderate income areas, home ownership, job creation, whatever they're working on, who were very stable before the economic crisis hit, really weren't preparing for that rainy day. We've seen a lot of those nonprofits unfortunately fail.
And everyone is standing in line waiting to get those scarce resources for projects, and it's slowing down our development pipeline.
Boards have gotten locked into a routine of looking over financial statements, and so it becomes a business meeting, and it doesn't become a place where they can think about new ideas.
You can have the right number of people around the table and the right number of committees, and everybody understands they have a legal and fiduciary responsibility, but that in itself does not necessarily give you a high-performing board.
When I heard about the Excellence in Governance Initiative, it occurred to me that there's some room for improvement, maybe to do some things we've been struggling with.
When we all joined the board, we knew what the general goal was, but we really didn't know how the organization connected with its clients on a day-to-day basis. Now that we understand that, each one of us can take a look at that and apply our own personal expertise and background, and we never would have taken this jump if it wasn't for the Excellence in Governance project.
So NeighborWorks is working with board source to really focus on boards that are already really, really good. Some of that is how do they work together? How do they think about their responsibilities? How do they, share the burdens and opportunities with the executive director and not just be so distant?
One of the great things about the initiative is that we've had a coach who's been working with our team, my 3 board leaders and myself, that as an outsider, I think she's helped us see things about our board dynamics, committee structure that maybe we haven't been able to see because we've been so close to it.
The individual coaching helps board members say, what is it that I and my organization and my board should be really challenged with? What should we be focused on? But they're not doing it just in isolation. They're also getting challenged and supported by seeing their peers in other organizations do it.
Here you didn't know what you didn't know, right? And then here you know what you don't know, and you realize, geez, there's a whole lot more that I don't know. Even board members who said they've been very clear on what the organization does have come back after this experience, still during the experience, saying they're learning more and more about what the organization does and its reach into the community.
And I've noticed a difference in our board meetings as we go forward. They're much more productive. There's a lot more challenging, a lot of good positive conflict going on, questioning, making sure that we all come to a consensus on things without just blank checking those types of issues.
Our board is tremendously energized. The level of engagement has really improved. We're all thinking much more long-term as opposed to program-centric.
You have to figure out ways to do more, to do things differently, more creatively, more collaboratively. It would be difficult for us to really be a viable organization, I think, if we were, continuing to plod along at the rate we've been plodding along.
What I found is that it's helped me not only develop my relationship with Select Milwaukee, but it's actually, I think, improved my professionalism and my ability to operate in city government.
I think I'd recommend an Excellence in Governance program for every NeighborWorks organization, because I think every executive director and board leader knows they can improve how their board functions. And this initiative really gives you the tools to help make that happen.
I think the best part of having gone through this is I feel better about myself as a board member. I feel like I'm really making a contribution to Select Milwaukee. I feel like I've got this deepened understanding of what's going on and that I really can provide them with insights or thoughts or the knowledge base that I've got that really can help them improve.
Nonprofit boards don't really have the resources to do something like this for themselves. And so for NeighborWorks to put the time and the resources into it to enable nonprofit boards to move to the next level is really, it's a huge benefit, because otherwise we wouldn't, we would never be able to do this on our own.
This is affecting every aspect of society. So it's very important that these organizations be good at what they do and be effective at what they do. All of those things come together to really make it critical that the boards of these organizations understand what they are doing and have the skill sets to help these organizations not just survive but thrive into the future.
A good home makes such a difference in a family's life, whether that is a single person, an elderly person, or a family with kids who need stability so they can keep going to the same school and feel safe and be able to pay for something that they can afford, food and transportation. We see our network as being here for the long run, making that difference in communities, and we know that the board is an integral part of that.